Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Jim Warner, who is the owner and operator of Eagle Hill Manor Bed and Breakfast in Bloomfield, and is also involved with the Northeast Nelson Community Development Association, right? And we are going to be talking about an event that's coming up on November 2nd in Bloomfield, and it's the annual Harvest Homecoming.
Yes.
It's going to be the third year for this particular event, right?
Right.
So we want to get a little history on that, plus the association, what you're doing up there, and just what's happening over in Bloomfield.
Well, Gary, Bloomfield is a small town. Northeast Nelson, which Northeast Nelson runs all the way from High Grove, Fairfield, Bloomfield, and Chaplin. So we call ourselves Northeast Nelson Community Development Association. Mm-hmm. And we have merchant members from that whole area. But one thing that we do every year is try to have some kind of community event. And this year, again, David Bishop Realty has a fantastic event center there in Bloomfield. It's a huge building, really nice, modern kitchen, beautiful restrooms, the whole facility. And he allows us to use that. Mm-hmm. He normally has auctions and then he rents it for wedding receptions, birthday parties, etc. But we have a chili and hot dog and oyster stew supper.
Okay. Oysters, huh?
Oyster stew. I cook the oyster stew. I use my mother's recipe, which is refined. She wouldn't spend the money for cream, so I use cream and milk. And just a little dash of crushed red peppers to give it a little spice. So that goes over well, and all the ladies and some of the guys in the association bring tubs and tubs of chili. And then we have hot dogs. And also all the ladies make some wonderful desserts. And we have things for kids. We have face painting, bead making, something to keep the kids busy. And then we also have karaoke, which this year we open from 4 to 9 on Saturday, November the 2nd. Mm-hmm. That's only, 2 weekends away?
Right.
And from 4 to 5:30, we have Mark Walls has karaoke. And we have a lot of folks that can really sing in our area. And we invite visitors to come and try that out too. And then 6 to 9, we have the Harold Hutchins Band. Mm-hmm. Harold Hutchins is well known in this area, and he's going to get his 4-piece band with all the guys and come over and entertain us 6 to 9.
Great. And
we're going to have a little clear space. If somebody wants to dance to some of the slow song, they can do that.
Yeah, or the fast ones.
Oh, yeah. And it's an evening of family fun. Last year I had folks at the Bed and Breakfast from Florida that were there during the event last year, and they went up and just had a grandiose time. They stayed till we shut down. And it's only $10 a person for adults. That gets you in. You can eat all you want. We have coffee, tea, lemonade, and all the food and the music, and it's $5 for children 13 and under.
Okay.
So anyway, that's our festival for this year. Give you a little background about Northeast Nelson Community Development Association. We started in 2007, and we have about 35 members. Like I say, Fairfield, High Grove, Bloomfield, and Chaplin. Fairfield is an old town. It used to be the home of McKenna Distillery, H. McKenna, which went out in the 70s, but they have one of the oldest Catholic church east of the Allegheny Mountains in Fairfield.
Okay.
And every year in June they have the Fairfield Homecoming. And if you're over in the area next June, it's right after Father's Day. The whole weekend they have yard sales, they have some wonderful food, they have ribs, all that kind of stuff, barbecued, and music, and lots of displays in Fairfield. And then in Bloomfield, we have in July, right after July the 4th, we have Picnic in the Park. And Picnic in the Park is free. There's a lot of stuff for kids. We have a lot of food vendors. Of course, they charge for their food. But we also, it culminates with one of the largest fireworks displays in this region.
Oh, super.
And a lot of times we will have a hot air balloon tethered. And everybody likes to get in it. We don't go anywhere, but you can go up a little ways and take a hot air balloon ride.
And have a nice view of Northeast Nelson.
Yes, that's true. And the picnic in the park is sponsored by the Bloomfield Community of Tomorrow, which is this year was their 14th year. We're members of that also. And any money that we make goes back to the city. If you're in Bloomfield and you on Main Street, you get tired and you want to sit down, we have some benches, beautiful benches that Community Tomorrow purchased for the city, so folks to sit in. Then up in Chaplin has, just kind of like Bloomfield and Fairfield, our area has a church on every corner.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever heard that, but the churches in Chaplin also have some real nice functions throughout the year. And Howard's Metal Sales is in Chaplin. Charles and Donna have done very well with that, and they're members of our group. And also in Bloomfield, we've got some old businesses. One of them is Snyder Drugs there on the corner, been there for years. We have one that's been there going on 25 years, which is Hometown Pizza. And we have Blend Pack at the edge of town. The Sutherland Mills started in Bloomfield in 1857, and the mill became antiquated, so they have their flour and their meal ground somewhere else, but they blend it at their facility. And they've also opened up in Bardstown a facility for gluten-free products.
Right, it's Bloomfield Farms.
That's Bloomfield Farms. And that's Dan Sutherland and his folks, wonderful folks. Nettie Jarvis Antiques in Bloomfield. Antiques that you won't see anywhere else at Nettie Jarvis. And also at High Grove, the little antique shop there. And Bloomfield also has the old Bloomfield Meeting Hall, which is a skating rink and a 4-lane bowling alley.
Okay.
And that can be rented also for parties and wedding receptions. And Bloomfield Fertilizer has been in business for years. They're on Depot Street, and they're members of our association. We have 2 service stations in Bloomfield. We have a doctor's office, a dentist's office, a funeral home. Right now we're lacking a grocery store, but we're hoping to get that back. Good. And we have 2 or 3 beauty shops and a barber shop. And our fire department, Northeast Nelson, we're a fire district. I'll brag about them a little bit. Every year our fire department wins the Firefighters Olympics, which is in this area. Several counties participate. Right. And our guys always bring home the trophy. Super. And we're very, very proud of them. They do a wonderful job. Other things that I wanted to share about Bloomfield was settled in 1791, and I have a plat. Dr. Hendren, who's grew up in Bloomfield, still practicing in Bloomfield, gave me a plat from 1813. There were 5 lots there. One of them was the Baptist Church, which also started in 1791. But during the Civil War, Bloomfield had a population of 450. We've grown a lot. We've got 838 now.
Great.
But we've added a
almost double.
we've added a traffic light, which we didn't have during the Civil War. But just this past year, there has been an annexation of a little subdivision there, so it's going to be a few more people. But during the Civil War, it's very interesting. We have a book about that Tom Watson and Fairfield co-authored, and that book states that during the Civil War, out of the population of 450, there were 4 people that supported the Union, The rest of the folks were Confederate sympathizers. And Bloomfield was known during that period of time as a Confederate guerrilla hangout.
Huh.
Because the guerrillas could ride the countryside and do all their burning and stealing and pillage and run back to Bloomfield for cover. So there's a lot of interesting stories about that. And anyway, we run our bed and breakfast there in Bloomfield. We've been in business for 7 years. We have 2 homes. The original is a 1899 Victorian. It's 4 bedrooms, 7 fireplaces. It's called a painted lady. If you get 3 or more colors on the outside, you can qualify for a painted lady. And we're one of the only painted ladies in this region. And then we have a stone cottage. My wife insists we call it a cottage, but it's actually about a 1,300 square foot, 2 bedroom, 2 bath home. We also use as our bed and breakfast. And we have people from all over the world. We've had Brazil, Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland, France, Germany, and I could go on and on. And folks as far away as Lawrenceburg and Shepherdsburg,
right.
you know. So, and but we have the best people in the world, and Bonnie and I are both retired, and we enjoy doing that. We enjoy supporting our community, and I would just like to say that folks that can come out Saturday, November the 2nd, 4 to 7. Bring $10 and eat all you want, listen to good music, and have a great social time.
That's right. So it's starting at 4.
Starting at 4.
It's going till 9, right?
Till 9.
Till 9 o'clock. 4 to 9 o'clock on November the 2nd. And it's going to be in Bloomfield. Everyone can come on out. $10 for the adults, $5 for those 13 and under.
That's right.
And you get oyster stew made by Mr. Warner here. You can get chili, lots of stuff to eat, drink. We'll have a good time, some good music.
Exactly.
And it's being put on by the Northeast Nelson Community Development Association. As you can hear, there's lots of stuff up there. So if you're ever looking for a trip, just go out someday and travel around Northeast Nelson.
Come up. You'd be surprised. We have people come to Bloomfield, never leave Bloomfield. But a lot of people doing the Bourbon Trail, we're right in the heart of it. 3 miles off the Parkway. You can go east, you can go west. Bardstown is close with all the museums and nice restaurants. But some people never leave Bloomfield.
That's good something, right? Yeah, with Jim Warner, who's the owner and operator of Eagle Hill Manor Bed and Breakfast in Bloomfield. So come on out November 2nd. It's been Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. Thank you very much.
Thank you.